and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I have finished, while on holiday, the Home Sweet Home Christmas. It does still have the clear cover on because for a change, which I've never done before, I did work from the clear cover. So I think it was the second day we were there. The tiredness from arriving at 3 o'clock in the morning hit me. So I had a day in the caravan with Megan and Luna. And I got a fair amount done. But what I decided to do for this one was start in the bottom corner, like I like to anyway. Tip out the colour into my tray and do as much of the colour as I could, and then move on to the next one. And I sort of worked my way up and up and up and up. And it actually only took me about 3 days. I think I got about halfway-ish on that first day, but then I found I would do a little bit of it while, you know, the last couple of people were getting ready before we went out for the day. Then I might do another, you know, half hour or an hour before we had tea or met up with family. And it took me about 3 or 4 days and it was all done, if that. But it is finished. Now, my plan, I have an IKEA frame. It's one of the black Fisk bow frames that I put a painting of like a leaf, just a fern type green leaf, and it used to be up on the wall in my kitchen before we got the kitchen done. I still have that photo, that diamond painting, I still have that frame, and my idea was to put this into that frame. Can I find where I've tucked it? No. I've found where I know where the frames are that I took down out of my craft room. I know where some frames are that I took down pictures in the hall because we're painting the hall. Can I find where I've tucked this frame? And it's amazing how many places you can tuck one of those small Fisk bow frames. I don't know is the answer. I'm just going to check. Actually, is that it? No. I've just thought to myself then, is it tucked under my desk? But actually that's made me think I do have a Fisk bow frame here that is, if I take this cry cut stuff off it, this is a Fisk bow frame, and in here is the Christmas painting that I did, the Ho 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 Christmas. Did I take the kitchen frame out of this when I did it? Because this was the frame I was thinking of putting it in. Anyway, I'll have to maybe look back because this will be going up this Christmas. Maybe I need to check. It's actually more dusty than I thought it was. I'll have to check if that's the Christmas frame or not. Not the Christmas frame, the frame from the kitchen or not. If not, I may need to get another frame for this one. So I am using a little bit of an overlap of the sticky across the top just to keep that clear cover on it, to keep it as clean as possible while we moved out of the caravan, of course, packed in the car and all the rest of it. So I will have to frame that one at a later date. But I do need to put the diamonds away. It is time to pop those away. I'm just going to move my Zesty Wolf painting, that is, it just lays on top of my round spare diamonds. But this is actually not in DMC order. So let's pop the pots into DMC order first. So yeah, I actually did a painting with a clear cover and kept using the clear cover, which is a complete change for me because I normally don't do that at all. I don't like to do the clear cover because I chase myself. And this time I actually decided to chase my diamonds on purpose. I did pop any rubbish drills into one of these little pots, of which there wasn't that many. Most of them were probably diamonds that I found on the table after completing a section, before realising that, before having put that colour away and not actually remembering which one it was. So let's grab my first box of round diamonds. And the first number I have is 169, which I do have. I find it quite quick to dekit rounds in general, because I don't need to check my Heaven and Earth design box. I tend to have more spare square diamonds than I do round, which means I don't often have extras of these for my spare pot, though saying that, I definitely have spare 310s. 317, I'll probably get those in. The 310s will need to go into my giveaway pot. So I'm pretty sure I have, do I have a full bag in here? Yes, I have a pretty much full bag in there. So yeah, I don't tend to have to get as many boxes out for my rounds as I do for my squares. So it tends to be a little bit quicker. Often the round paintings that I do, while I do have a few large round paintings, most of my large paintings are squares. And it's often, you know, percentage wise, it's the large paintings that give up more. So we're on to 413. So for these small paintings, there doesn't tend to be lots of extra diamonds. So I tend to be able to get more and more into each tub. Just making sure, need to make sure that my tubs all go back into my storage box in the right order. Otherwise, it can be very entertaining when kitting up if I don't put them back into the storage box straight. I don't need that messing about. So this painting has actually been kitted up probably for less than 2 weeks, I think it's worked out at. Less than 2 weeks I've had this painting kitted up, and I'm de-kitting it already. It's probably the quickest I've done a 30 by 40 in a while. I'm not arguing with that. I've just done my logbook this week and added 2 more round paintings to my stash, and I have actually finished 2 from it this month. I finished Tortoise and then I've finished this one, but I still need to up my ante on how many paintings I'm completing, or really I should cut down on how many I'm adding to my collection. But if I complete more, I can add more, can't I? That's the way I look at it anyway. If I get more completed, I have a reason to be adding more. So I'm going to try that first. Try and get more completed. So beginning of next week, I will be kitting up a new smaller painting. So whether that be a 30 by 30 up to, I think the biggest one I have is a 30 by 50 in what I class as my small paintings. So I'll be kitting up one of those next week. Give myself a bit more time to work on my large dreamer designs, and then potentially to work on my paint gem minis as well, because I took those with me and I got about 3, maybe 4 of them done across the 2 kits that I took with me, but I haven't completed one of the kits fully. Ooh, that one's close. I'm going to add them in though, because that 762 that I've just added into the top one looks more like the true 762 to me. Some of the other diamonds are a little bit more looking like they shouldn't be a 762, but there's quite a few companies that do it. I have found that 762 is a number that I think is very, very much hit and miss between companies, the shading. So I do think having a full bag with quite a few of the different shadings is important, especially if I run out. I can pick which of the 762s is closest to the painting I may have run out on. Okay, box 1 is done. See, this is loads quicker. Let's do box 2. I haven't got any new numbers yet, I have noticed. So far, these are all numbers that I have dekitted before. So we've got 934. See, they seem to do quite well with that one. There is one that's slightly a different shade, but not too many. And then 935. And these boxes, I love these. If you squeeze them just in the middle, the lid pops up. If you try to pull it from there, it can be really hard, but if you squeeze, it just pops itself. And I like the fact that I can take them out and rearrange them. But I do have a link. There was quite a few people that asked on my kitting up video, and I did provide them with a link. But if you were one of those that wondered but didn't ask, then there is a link to these. I think it actually links to Amazon Canada. I'm pretty sure these were gifted to me by a subscriber, which may be why they link to Canada, because they picked them up. And they are showing us even what I consider in Canadian dollars as a ridiculous price at the moment. But if you click on that link, that will then give you what they have called them on Amazon, on Canadian Amazon, so that you know what to search for in the likes of AliExpress or your local Amazon. You can use those search terms to hopefully find yourself some. I try to link to AliExpress where I can, when I know, you know, when somebody has found them, for example, on AliExpress and shares it in the group. Oh, new colour. I will try and put a link to AliExpress on there, just because it is, they tend to ship worldwide. So there's no, you know, messing about with it's not, doesn't ship to my country and all that sort of stuff. So if anybody does find it on AliExpress, by all means let me know and I will update the link on my website. But I do try and link every type of storage that I've got on my website. So even if it's not somewhere you can purchase from, you at least know what you're searching for. Because on AliExpress you can actually do a reverse image search. So you could try saving the image and then searching for it, and that might bring it up for you. Okay, while I was chatting storage boxes, I have got a colour that I haven't had before in round. So I've kept the label on the box and I've put it to one side because I'm going to update my logbook. I think that's the only thing I tend to update in my logbook as I go along, is any new spare diamonds, colours that I get. And I know it's a spare because the bag was empty, so therefore I know it's a new colour. but if I tried to remember to do that when I did my monthly logbook update, I would get myself in a right tizzy wizzy. Okay, that one is pretty full. So while I'm putting 310s away, I'll pop 3865s away as well. Got about 3 different shades in 3866 as well, but hey ho. Okay, so that is the diamonds in my standard spare storage put away. Now we have, these are my extras, these are my rounds, and these are my squares. So I have quite a few bags of 310 in round. I actually have some of the other 317s and stuff that I did pop away, but sometimes I find I can squeeze a few more in the bag, so I do. And then 3865, I also have quite a few different bags of those as well. I think I have some that are creamier than others in 3865, so let's pop this in with a creamier lot. Though that's actually got some of the lighter ones in as well, and then they are a little bit lighter. I'm not truly keeping them separate, but if I spot it, I can do a little bit separate. Right, all the diamonds are away, close to being record breaking, but let's update my logbook with my spares. So these are my spares in square and round. 3364. No, that's 3864. 3364, here we go. I already have it in square, and I can now tick that I have it in round as well. Another goal achieved. Let's pop that one in the back so that it doesn't catch all my other bits in my logbook. It's getting pretty full in here. I think I might need to go to a second pouch soon. Okay. Take the sticker off there. And I think the stickers have removed really well off these. I do tend to find that once I've had some sticky stickers on them and used Glue Gun, the stickers come off easier afterwards. But let's see how this one comes off. Hit and miss when it comes to the one on the front. Slow and steady wins the race. Done. All my boxes are away in the right direction, so that when I go to kit up my next one using this, hopefully I won't get myself in a fuddle and put stickers in on a bottom corner when they open up the other way. I will keep an eye out for that frame. If not, I might just have to go to IKEA and pick up another one because they're only a few pounds. But from what I remember, the backing sheet of the Fiskbo frame now, they used to put the Fiskbo information in the middle of the frame, so I could cut the border off my diamond painting and just stick it onto the backing that the frame came with. And I think last time I went, though it was a smaller frame, they'd moved the description of the frame to further down in the corner, which stopped you having a nice border. Either way, I will probably just pick one of those up, or maybe a picture frame from the range in about the 30 by 40 size. And if need be, I will just use my black cardstock to mount it. So I'll try and remember to at least show you, even if it's just in a whip and chat or something, the picture once it's finished and framed, because I'm thinking that that would look nice on the shelf in my kitchen prior you know, at Christmas, switch out a frame for a frame at Christmas, and then pop it away again. I'm not quite sure where that ho 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 one's going to go yet, but the kids like it, so I'll find a spot for it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me while I de-kitted this kit. Stay tuned. Next week I'll be kitting up another small painting, and I'm going to let the app decide as to which one that will be, whether it be new or old. And yeah, I will speak to you all again soon.